Hi everyone, my name is Ai. I'm representing from the DevRelCon Yokohama Conference Committee. So DevRelCon Yokohama, the largest developer relations conference in the group, happens on the 10th to 11th of March, 2 days full conference. So Yokohama is a city of Tokyo's closest urban neighbor, just 30 to 40 minutes from central Tokyo. Today, I will be talking with Aditya, one of the speakers at the conference. So he
Hey,
joins me. Hi, Aditya.
hi, I hope you're doing well.
Thanks for asking. How are you?
Doing pretty good today. Yeah.
So before starting the official or interview, um, where are you based in?
I am currently here in Bangalore, in India.
Mm.
Bangalore is the home of Indian tech, so it's definitely a great place to be around for both developers as well as people in developer relations.
Yeah, the largest tech hub in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds really cool. And looks like you are in the office.
I am. We have our office here in WeWork, so it's a nice little place and space that I have for work as well as getting on to nice little chats and
Mm.
meets of the sort as well. So yeah,
Yeah, like after the pandemic, everyone gets back to the office. Is that happening in India
absolutely.
as well? Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
We've seen an in-person transition for sure.
Mm,
Although there are still a lot of organizations that are allowing work from home, but I think in general we are seeing a transition back to
mm.
in person on a much larger scale now.
Yeah, I see many companies are doing like hybrid, as well
Yeah.
as yeah, like some of the full-time office work, like like Twitter, like
Mhm.
Tesla, yeah, Google, yeah.
Yeah, like with us, we are a remote first company,
Mm,
so it's very much an option for me personally. Though I felt like I needed to get out of home for a bit, if I'm
yeah.
honest. But yeah, I mean, for us, it's still very much an option because we are a globally distributed organization, and we do have remote first policies.
Yeah, it's good to have both two options.
Yeah,
Yeah. However, we are very happy to organize this in person, the World Relations Conference, like
absolutely.
after the
I think I'm
COVID.
excited about that.
Yeah, after the COVID, because it's been 4 years, I guess.
Oh,
That last
yeah.
time we did like in person conference. So, have you ever been to Japan?
I've honestly really wanted to.
Mm.
I used to intern with a Japanese company, Progate, in the past, and I've always had wonderful interactions with folks here. So I've really been looking forward to visiting, and uh, visas aren't in the work, so hopefully that's going to happen very soon now.
Yeah, it's gonna be happening in March, and yeah, so your first
Yeah,
time in Japan, and you used to work with Progate. Yeah, good.
yeah.
Yeah, very good. And have you joined any developer relations conference, like as a
I
speaker or
have actually.
as an attendee? Yeah.
Yes. So I think the first time I actually spoke at a developer relations conference was also supported by the DevRel Tokyo meetup that was at DevRel Asia in 2020, and then DevRelCon Tokyo in 2021. I was a speaker at both of those, so I got a chance to actually interact with some of the current organizers like Atsushi, Odasho, Taiji, and Dyson there as well. And end of last year, I did get a chance to visit DevRelCon in Prague as well, where I also met Atsushi in person. So I've had a lovely experience with these, and I can't wait to see how Yokohama goes as well.
Right. So you've been engaging with lots of developer relations conference all over the world, and that's your first time to speak as a speaker in the in person like Japan
Yeah.
conference. Cool. Okay, so I will ask you some of the questions about your career and how you're passionate about the conference. So first of all, so you are working at uh, a company called Appwrite as a developer update. So can you tell us what you do and what the company does?
Absolutely. So, Appwrite in itself is a backend as a service platform. Um, that is, and what we're effectively offering is most of the standard tools that you would need to build out an application, like your database, storage, authentication, um, webhooks. We have a real time service as well. We have our own functions as a service facility as well. So effectively, if you are a developer, whether it's for the mobile, for the desktop, or for the web, um, a tool like Appwrite lets you focus just on the application while taking away all the redundant tasks that you would probably have to do while building an application. And as a developer advocate, I am here to help out with our community to ensure that anyone in our community who wants to build with Appwrite is having a good time with Appwrite. Um, whether that is by speaking at different occasions, whether that is by creating more content, whether that is by building out new community initiatives. I do have my hands active on quite a few of these fronts. Actively, I am working on developing our super user program that is the Apprate Heroes. And I do actively support a lot of initiatives around hackathons and so on, where Apprate is involved.
So you've been managing your community program yourself.
Building it out, our very first iteration, that's something I am actively focusing on right now.
So as long as we see, you also have been engaging with so many communities like Microsoft MVP, Twitter Champion.
Yeah.
So from your experience, what helps you to manage your developer relations and the community?
I think one thing I've realized over time is that a lot of what I do for my job as well as for this does not always have to be exclusive of each other. There are occasions where things overlap as well. Like, for example, um, I am personally a .NET developer. I love working with .NET. So when I am working with .NET, working on solutions, a recent project that I worked on actually kind of brought all three of these together. I built out an SOS application using .NET MAUI that also had Twilio in there, that also had a bit of Appwrite and their functions service in there. So there are areas where all of these come together as well, and they don't have to be exclusive. Plus, for me at least, for the community ventures that I do participate in, these are things that I just enjoy working on. Like I don't need to be a part of Twilio's Champions or Microsoft's MVP program to be working on with .NET or Twilio. I just like doing that regardless. So a lot of these programs, they're there to support such initiatives anyway. And I think for me, it's just I like spending my free time doing some of that. So I'm able to work that out outside of my job as well.
So you enjoy coding all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
time?
Every once in a while, yes.
Yeah. What is the most like interesting technologies you are interested in recently?
Um, well, I have been trying my hand at front end web development now. That's something I'm trying to learn. And I think JavaScript has been quite an interesting experience, if I'm honest. And that's saying something, considering I come from a background with my hand having been active on C Sharp and some Java in the past. So JavaScript's an interesting experience. That's something I'm actively working on and learning, and I think it's going to go well. From a more larger perspective about tech that's coming out, I have been actively viewing some of the work OpenAI has been doing. I play around with Dolly every once in a while to generate images, and I think that's actually a really, really cool piece of tech. So those are a few that I've been playing around with and experimenting with.
Thank you. And in terms of the conference participation, what are you expecting to join this conference, like as a speaker and as a like general attendee?
I think the conference is going to be wonderful in the sense that one thing that developer relations conferences have really special is that every single person there is someone who's supporting their communities, and bringing people and organizations and products together. So they're wonderful places to actually build out collaborations. They're wonderful places to educate, wonderful places to learn from others as well. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that here as well. I did get a glimpse of that in Prague last year, and I think that was wonderful. And I do hope we will have a similar experience here as well, because that's something that DevRelCons have been enabling for a while.
Yeah, because we will be having a bunch of speakers
Yeah,
from all over the world, and that will be a wonderful opportunities and the places where everyone catch up with the latest trends and the knowledges.
yeah. It's so great though, right? Like occasions like these bring together so many people from all across different cultures, different
Mm.
organizations, different backgrounds, different
Yeah,
experience levels as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be great.
yeah, and one common thing is everyone speaks about developer relations. Yeah, from the different
Absolutely.
perspective. Yeah, from the different perspective, that will be fantastic. Okay, so as a speaker, can you say something for the conference attendees who are exciting about your speaking session and what you will be speaking?
Definitely. So the topic that I'm going to be talking about at the conference will be heavily focused on how DevRel teams enable engineering teams to do better, how DevRel supports them, areas where they can give back. And this heavily was driven from a lot of my experiences as a developer advocate after I joined Appwrite as well. Because I think one thing that is very visible is a lot of developer relations work happens on a public level, right? Whether it's speaking at meetups, conferences, creating content, or so on. But at the same time, there is so much happening behind the scenes, behind that public platform as well, around improvements that DevRel brings to the product. And I wanted to take this platform to share about my experiences of how I have been able to give back to our product and how so many more teams do so as well. And I think it's going to be an insightful experience. It is heavily experiential. So that's one thing for sure. And I do believe a lot of folks might be able to relate with it. So hopefully it will allow us to strike more discussions on um, DevRel teams and how they contribute to our products and so on as well.
Thank you. So again, this is gonna be wrap up for this video. Thank you so much for joining here at the air today, and we will be looking forward to hearing your both experience from your community plus your developer advocate experience.
Definitely. Thank you so much for this. I think I've just been looking at the speakers on the website, and I think there's so many amazing people coming. It's going to be wonderful
Yeah,
in
that
Yokohama this time.
yeah the website has been updating, so yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah,
And if someone hasn't, registered the conference itself, please RSVP, from the website. We'll be looking forward to, having you all in the conference.